You know what time of year it is?
I do know what time of year it is.
It's the time of year that puts smiles on people's faces.
It's my favorite time of year. We're heading into the holiday season.
Holiday time.
Oh, Thanksgiving's right around the corner. Christmas is coming.
We had a good time at Halloween.
Oh, I loved Halloween.
But boy, we're getting into New Year's and Hanukkah and all these things. This is the season of time, the time of year, where people are trying to connect. They're trying to
be
finish
together.
Hugs, getting close, maybe love stories, maybe feeling out how someone's doing at college or high school or, grade school. I mean, people are, it's a conversive time. It's a time where people want to talk and want to connect, right?
And when you want to connect, you've got to be able to hear. You got to be able to hear well.
And that's what we do.
That's what we do.
That's what we're into. So we've taken the time to put out in front of you today some of our favorite devices of 2024. So as we lead and we finish out this great, powerful year, 2024, we want to show you some of our favorites.
Yeah, and there's good options, good price options from more basic, more economical devices all the way to the real high-end stuff.
That's right. In fact, the high-end devices in our clinic we call platinum. The very lowest end, the very least expensive, we call basic. And basic devices are usually about $500 to $1,400, dollars for a set. For a pair, because most people we help, the great majority of people, when they have hearing loss in one ear, they almost always have hearing loss in the other. And then we move into a hearing device that we've brought out today, and it's one step above basic. It's called economy. I'm going to show it to you. This particular device is easy to remember because it's called the Key 4, and we're in 2024. And the Key 4 device is a great device because it has the technology of what was really fantastic about 4 to 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. So the technology is a little older, but that's why it's less money. That's why it costs less. It's worth a lot. You can see it comes in a rechargeable case here, and you just pull it out. And this is the Key 4. It kind of has a little paisley shape. Most of these devices are a little thinner on top, so there's room for glasses and ball caps and things. And then the technology kind of gets a little wider towards the back as it comes down the ear. This technology is really valuable because it's still fast. It still handles speech and noise. You can push a little button right here. It's a little program or memory button that helps you do better in very specific listening environments. But one of the cool things about this device, it actually has Bluetooth in it.
I know, you're telling me an economy level device.
Economy has Bluetooth.
It has rechargeable batteries. It's got Bluetooth. It's got water and dust resistancy. We're not talking a low-end device from 20 years ago. We're talking a device that's pretty darn good.
Yeah. So we're really excited about this device. Some people have a very limited budget, and they say things like, the only thing I have coming in anymore is my Social Security. This product's a really great product for kind of more basic listening environments to moderate. And so it's not the most dynamic hearing device, but does it help you hear well? Does it help you hear the TV well? It's a popular device.
Very solid, very popular. Good option for 2024.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the economy, and you can see we can tuck it away, put it to sleep. You just shut the lid. And when you shut the top like that, it's nice because it holds it down, make sure it's charging well. Great value.
Put the babies to bed.
I know. And speaking of rechargeable, it's rare that we help someone in our clinic where they want a hearing device that takes batteries. I mean, rechargeable devices have taken over the market.
Almost everything we're talking about today
all
has
of
a
our
rechargeable
favorites,
battery.
All of our favorites in 2024. I was just thinking, is this the first year where everything that we can think about that's our very favorite, they're all rechargeable?
They're all rechargeable because we like it.
Here's another thing that we touched on briefly, but I'll just touch on it again. Our favorite devices that people want, that have the most value, they are a style like we were showing you before. It's a style that just sits behind your ear. And so you have a little piece that kind of goes behind the ear, and then this little wire just comes right down your face in a tight, fashion. It's very tight on the face, so it doesn't stick out or it's not easy to see. And then the little teeny kind of loudspeaker, we call it a receiver, that little block that's hypoallergenic. It just goes in your ear and it keeps your ear open if we want it to, or if you need a ton of power and a lot of volume, we can put a bigger end on it and really pack the sound pressure to get the clarity and the volume up. So
yeah, that style's flexible. It fits almost every type of hearing loss. It's got Bluetooth in it. It's got rechargeable batteries. It's got directional microphones. It just tends to be the best product for most people.
That's right. And I really can't believe that the first time that we can think, I mean, to have an economy product that can do Bluetooth connectivity to the phone and people can adjust their device from their phone and it's this inexpensive. I mean, just a great investment.
We live in a great day and age. And as we move along, so we had fun looking at our Key 4, fantastic device, economy device. The next one that I wanted to show you is from a company called Phonak. Phonak, of course, one of these hearing aid giants. All of these companies we're highlighting are major worldwide manufacturers of hearing aids.
Yeah.
And Phonak is one of these big players. They've recently had some really good models coming out. In 2024, we still like the Phonak Lumity. Now the Lumity is actually their previous generation.
Probably a year to a year and a half old.
They've got a whole new line out right now, and we're going to get to that. We're going to get to some of the newer Phonak models, but we still really like the Phonak Lumity, especially as we're kind of working our way up the price spectrum. The Key 4 is kind of a lower, more basic price range. This Lumity product, because the technology is maybe a year old, it is a little bit less expensive
than it was a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yes, in fact, some of these Lumities are at a really great price point because the technology is a little bit older. And the Lumity comes in different I should say, different levels. That's the word I'm looking for. You know, they come in a Lumity 90, which is their high level, 70.
Kind of their most advanced, kind of what we call platinum. It's when you hear 90, like most companies, if the number is bigger or larger, that means the technology is a little fancier. It's a little bit more capable. It's a little bit more dynamic.
Yeah, so the 90 is their most dynamic.
But they go all the way down.
All the way down to 30. And so again, as you're looking at being price conscious, even the Lumity 30 is a really, really good hearing aid.
It is.
This is an example of the charger for the Lumity device. Ooh, got the little flip lid. If we pull this guy out, I've got a left hearing aid in here. And again, in the world of hearing aids, red is always right. Blue is always left. This came out of the blue side, the left side.
You got it down.
This is the Phonak Lumity. Really good looking device. It's probably similarly sized to this ReSound Key that we just looked at, but definitely a different shape to it.
Yeah, a little different shape.
Different body style to it.
One thing to mention with every company that we deal with, we like that they offer multiple colors. So we talk about multiple different options you can choose, different styles, different sizes, different performance levels, different cost points. But one thing that comes with that that's really nice is the opportunity to either match the skin the best we can, or most people just try to match their hair.
More commonly the hair. But you know what's been fun in 2024, maybe another trend, is a lot of men, a lot of guys are going for more of this gray color or black color, anthracite. A lot of the guys are saying, I don't really want to match my hair or my skin tone. I just want a cool anthracite, kind of dark colored hearing aid.
Going purposeful or intentional. I want people to know I've got my cell phone helper back here and my hearing helper, and these hearing, they're like little hearing tools, like little Swiss Army knives nowadays.
So. They're really cool. So even this Phonak Lumity, which is a little bit older technology, still has a rechargeable battery, still has traditional Bluetooth connectivity, which we've talked about in other videos, but most hearing aids are using a low energy Bluetooth, which saves battery life, but the connectivity can be a little intermittent. With Phonak, this is a traditional Bluetooth, so the sound is really robust and strong, sounds a lot more like your headphones that you're used to, but it's a little more of a battery hog. That's the downside to it, but boy, this Phonak Lumity really...
Great device.
Great device.
And that's kind of more what we call a performance product. So we've moved away from the economy. Now we're into a performance product. We're getting into price points that are now closer to $3,000. They stretch between 3 and 4 on those price points. And so in fact, some of the performance products can even trace up into like the mid 4s. And so when you're talking about a performance product, you would expect it to do what? To perform better. It's usually faster. It's newer technology. It's typically a better feel as far as physical, the way it feels on your ear. But certainly you'd expect the sound quality of the device to be that of a performance device. And it's going to cost a little bit more, but it's going to handle some of those quick sounds or speech and noise environments, environments we call dynamic listening environments, it's going to do a better job.
And at our clinic, and I'm sure different clinics, it varies from location to location, but these performance level hearing aids are some of our very most popular.
Oh yeah.
Because you're getting into some hearing aids that are really fantastic and automatic, but again, you're not going way overboard on the price. So
that's a great point.
I'm excited to see this next performance product that you have for us, because it might be one of our very favorites in a long time.
So this performance product is made by ReSound. It's called the Nexia. Interestingly, the Nexia came out about 6 to 8 months ago, so it's a really new product in the way of hearing devices. This product is very unique because it's the smallest rechargeable device made. And so when it comes to technology that people are saying, hey, I want to look my best, there's probably a reason people like to buy this particular product. It's the very smallest. So it's a little thinner, it's a little bit skinnier, it's a little shorter, so it's just not quite as long back down behind the ear. And it's still waterproof. It handles listening environments really well, has a lot of flexibility, but it still has a great charger and things like that. So this one happens to be blue, so it's a left ear product. So putting it back in the charging case.
And you got another kind of anthracite, another darker color.
Yep.
Looking sharp.
Yeah. So this is a really, really popular product. One thing that people love about it is when you're in quiet environments, it goes really quiet. So it's a really smooth, soft type sound. And then when you're in noisier environments and things like that, it's going to go right after as much clarity as possible. It's kind of a clarity junkie. It's one of our more I don't know, what would you say, more aggressive type products where audibility, if audibility is king and you want to hear so that you can do your very best, it's going to pack a lot of great sound. And so the Nexia comes in different levels. It comes in a 5 level all the way up to a 9. And a lot of individuals do like the performance type area, probably the price point, the way it looks. Happens to be one of our most valuable products that we have. So
I agree. We've seen a lot of hearing aids come and go. Mm-hmm. You've been dealing with hearing aids, and I have for about 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a long time that we've seen hearing aids come and go. And this Nexia product has been one of the best we've seen in our careers. It's really good performance device.
Yeah, it's unique because it has a technology that none of these companies have, which is called Auracast. It's this new type of Bluetooth that's a little bit broader, it's a little bit fuller. And so that type of technology is starting to launch in TVs, in cell phones. For example, I just bought our partner, who's not with us right now, Dr. Barrett, he has a cell phone that has Auracast in it. So some of these new technologies that are launching, whether it's a tablet, a phone, a TV, Auracast is coming, and this product has that in it. And so like if you purchase a little inexpensive TV streamer that connects to a TV that doesn't have Auracast, so it's an adapter, and you put that adapter right by your TV, it will send this new type of speech signal directly to your little hearing device. And when you get a speech signal that's direct and there's no distance involved, you have all the characteristics of speech just coming right at you. It's a pretty fun way to watch TV because it's so clean, it's so sharp, and it's effortless to hear speech in noise in those environments. So this little device, when he says it's probably the hearing device that has the most technology and has done some of the neatest things with sound and the way it looks, the style of it, and then you consider the cost of it, it's a pretty valuable little product. So
a lot of bang for your buck with
this
the Nexia.
Is a great product, you bet.
And I agree 100% about that TV accessory with the Auracast in it. The sound is so good. I mean, just really good.
It's been fun to demo that. So
great device. And I also, one thing we love about ReSound, like you touched on there, they don't shy away from high frequency gain. They want you to hear those high frequencies, which give clarity to speech. It's a really sharp sound. It's a really distinct sound that lots of people like. But you know what? Some people actually don't love that really high frequency sound, sharp, that crisp sound. Some people prefer a little more rounded sound, a little less edge.
Yep.
And the next device, as we're kind of working our way up this price spectrum here, I wanted to bring out a device that's the latest from Oticon. Oticon's another fantastic hearing aid company, one of the biggest in the world. They put out really, really high quality devices, and their latest device is called the Oticon Intent. Now, we talked earlier about how usually these hearing aid companies have models, levels of technology, and as the numbers get bigger, the prices go higher. Oticon's actually backwards.
Yep.
So Oticon has a level 1, a level 2, and a level 3, but for them, level 1 is their premier product.
They must be crazy about golf. They're always trying to get the number lower.
And number 1, you know, it makes sense. You want the Intent 1, which is what I have right here. The Intent 1, now we're getting up away from these performance type devices.
That's right.
We're getting more now up into these platinum type devices.
Yep. So platinum devices, in theory, are the highest functioning hearing devices in the world that you can buy. So consider the research and development that, in this case, these Danish people, this Danish company, they've packed all the research and development they can handle into their high flagship, their very best, highest level product. That's what when he says it's the most expensive, it's because it has all the R&D, in it.
And you know what's interesting? You'd expect as these hearing aids get more expensive, they get more up into this platinum level technology, that they would get smaller. Guess what? It's the opposite. This device, the Oticon Intent 1, has a size 13 battery in it, which is larger than most behind-the-ear hearing aids. Most of them take a 312 battery. This has a size 13 battery. It makes it a little bit bigger. It's got a unique shape to it. They're really trying to emphasize
keeping it flat on top.
Keeping it flat up on the top of the ear, which affects how the sound is picked up by the microphones. The Intent gets its name because they're trying to get into some of this AI stuff. We're going to talk a little more about AI as we move into some other platinum products. But the artificial intelligence in this Oticon device, it's trying to figure out what a listener wants to hear. When you get into a noisy place, it's hard for the device to know which voice you want to hear and which you don't. They've put little sensors into this device, almost like little gyroscopes, and as you turn and move your head, it can sense how you're moving, and it's trying to learn or assume your intent.
Yep.
It's trying to determine who you want to hear.
Listening intent.
The listening intent. And so it's kind of a cool device for background noise.
Great idea.
Great idea. Good product. Mellow sound. Round edges instead of some of the harsh stuff. The Oticon device has been one that we've liked for years. And if you're looking for kind of a platinum product in 2024, you really want to do well in these Christmas gatherings, this is one you might want to consider.
It's a good one. You can see the charger is a little different. Most hearing aid companies have a lid that covers the product, and in this case they don't, and that's okay.
I think they do have different types of chargers.
Yes.
This happens to be their desktop model.
That's a really good point. In fact, we know they do. Yeah. This is their desktop model, and all these companies have different types of chargers. And it is true, Oticon, we can acquire chargers that have lids on them. So that's a really good point. But love the Oticon device. Now remember, platinum hearing devices, they cost a lot more money. They cost everybody a lot more money. But they are usually the very fastest, the very quickest, the most dynamic. They have the best filters. They have the most channels.
The very latest in the technology.
Very latest. They do the most with phones. They have the most manual adjustments that you can do from your phone or from the spine of the device. So there's a reason they cost more. They perform the best, there's no question. But I mean, usually when you're talking platinum products, you're north of 6,000. And so it's somewhere between 6 and, well,
even north of 7 sometimes. We're talking high end.
Yeah, not necessarily, anyways. Yeah, so it's an expense, or I should say a better word would be it's an investment. And so it's all about what do you want to do. And before we move into the very last device, one thing that you want in a clinic that you're feeling comfortable with and you're wondering, is this where I should be? One thing we do at our clinic is we allow people to research or do clinical observations where they can go home into their listening environments and observe and feel and experience which product for the money is helping me the most, is making me feel the most comfortable, is fitting my listening needs and helping me feel more connected, to the world around me. And so whether you're trying a economy or basic type, or you're out here on the spectrum with these platinum type products, if you're wondering, which one should I get? At our clinic, we always say, try them.
Yeah.
Just try them, because you'll know after wearing them for 2 to 4 weeks, after a month of wearing a device, and then you try a different one, you'll know pretty quickly how you feel about it.
And we mean it when we say that. I had a patient just yesterday that has tried ReSound, Oticon, and Phonak.
Yeah.
And sometimes these patients, they'll apologize. They'll say, I'm sorry that I'm taking so much of your time, and I'm sorry that I'm trying so many. And I tell them, there is no need to apologize. This is what we do. We want you to make informed decisions. We want our patients to pick the product that is best for them. And so we're happy to let people try all of them.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, we're not the ones wearing it. You guys are, or your loved ones are. And so it's our greatest compliment to anyone who's that serious to say, what's the best product for my anatomy, for my processing, for my listening environments, my lifestyle? What's the best product for me? Because I'm going to wear this product for about 5 to 7 years. I'm going to wear it for quite a while. Let's make sure it's the product that's best for you every day of your life. You don't want to, I guess we call it buyer's remorse, right? Mm-hmm. You don't want to invest in something and then say, man, I wish I would have jumped up to the performance or the platinum, So
should we look at the platinum
speaking
product?
Of no buyer's remorse.
There is no product out on the market newer than Phonak's Infinio Sphere.
Yep.
Now it gets a little crazy because Phonak launched a device just a few months ago. They launched it in the Sphere in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And the product line, there's actually 2 different product lines. There's the Infinio. The Infinio is a whole line of hearing aids that are fantastic. But then they added in this extra model, the Infinio Sphere.
Which tells you there's 2 things going on.
Ooh, the Infinio Sphere is the world's first hearing aid, at least that I'm aware of, that has 2 computer chips inside of it.
Not 1, but 2.
The Infinio Sphere has the Infinio chip, which is the one it operates on most of the day. As you're going through your day, it's running on this latest and greatest Infinio chip. But when you get into background noise, when you get into a crowd, when you get to Thanksgiving dinner, when it's Christmas party time, it kicks it over to the Sphere chip. This spheric sound is their artificial intelligence chip that they are boasting massive benefit in background noise. Our clinical trials have backed that up. We've had lots of people trying it and loving it.
Yeah.
When you get into background noise, there's probably nothing better on the market than the Phonak Infinio Sphere. This is it. There are some drawbacks to it. As we've been talking about this the whole time, we've been moving from lower priced hearing aids to higher priced. It doesn't really get higher priced hearing aids than the Infinio 90 Sphere device by Phonak.
There's nothing as expensive. It has the price point that is the least favorable. We don't like the price, but you know what? It does have the dual chip. It does have the ability to give more speech than noise over probably any product we've seen. Because it has the dual chip, what happens to the size?
Yeah, it gets bigger. That's the other downside.
It's a little bit bigger.
This is the biggest hearing aid. Of everything we've shown today, of our favorite hearing aids of 2024, guess what? The most expensive one happens to be the biggest one.
And it's not even close.
And
it's the biggest.
It's a big guy.
It's a big. You've got to be committed for sure because of its size. Yeah.
But if you want, the very latest and greatest, if cost isn't the biggest motivator, if you just want to do your best, especially in noisy, dynamic,
at least
busy
give it a
places,
try, right? At least
this
give
is
it a
one
try.
to try. Mm-hmm. This is one to consider. So yes, it's a big boy. You can see it here. It is the style that sits behind the ear. It does taper a little bit towards the top, which is nice for glasses and things like that. It's a little bit smaller there. The bulk of the body is down here low, where usually that's hanging far enough behind your ear that there's plenty of space and it's not interfering with glasses or other things. But yes, it is a large hearing aid.
You know, certain devices work differently with certain types of cell phones. And so that's something that we're always watching as the clinician is, okay, it's important for them to hear every day of their life in these different environments. And also, one of the new things that's kind of been sneaking into our discussion at the table with our patients is, what type of cell phone do you have? And trying to feel out the patient as if to, just feel them out to see how important is your cell phone to you. Are you always on it? Are you always searching? Are you YouTube videos and Facebook and Instagram and you're doing lots of stuff on your phone and the phone is a really important thing to you in your life? Or do you some people just don't like their cell phone.
No, they actually really dislike it.
They say, guess where mine is? And we're like, where? And they're like, I left it at home. They don't really care about the phone. But I want you to know, we want you to know that we've taken the time to look into which phones work best with which manufacturer, which type of hearing device, and even which style of hearing device. And so the phone and the tablet, all those things are really important too. And so it's been fun to see which products work best with which electronic type devices and things. So
if you are looking for hearing aids this holiday season, if you want to hear your best with your family at these gatherings, there are wonderful options. Lots of great options in 2024, from things that are a little bit less expensive, more basic type devices, basic type service packages, all the way up to the platinum stuff. There are really wonderful options available for just about everybody in 2024.
And if you're kind of wondering, well, which one do I really want? Just like Dr. Whitaker said earlier, sometimes you need to try different products. We can allow people to research hearing devices for up to 6 months. And so when we say we're sincere about allowing you to try different devices, we can actually research these for quite some time to make sure you're getting into the perfect hearing device, tailor fit for who you are and what your listening needs are. Our goal is to help you connect with all your family members, with all of your friends during this holiday season. We want you to do your best. That's why we've taken the time to research hearing devices that are a little older and less expensive to hearing devices that are cutting edge and they're platinum based. So we want you to do your best.
And I want to say thank you for watching our video. It really helps us if you like and subscribe. If you have comments, leave them below. We try to do our best to respond to comments. Thank you for watching.
Okay, everybody, we so appreciate you watching the video today. If you've liked what you've seen, please like it, subscribe to our channel. It means the world to us, but it also means the world to other people who are trying to figure out what's going on with their hearing health. So thank you for watching.